Hi everyone, it is I, Eurico Silva, and before known as Eurico615. I'm the user that spams and trolls every channel and every clips of Bionicle Generation 2, spreading my message of hate and of course based it in facts. You finally hear my voice. You haven't seen my face yet, but this is my voice, and this is one of the things that you will know from me right now. I have facts that proves why Generation 2 is less good than Generation 1, because most of other cases, not just in Bionicle, the originals is always better than the reboot. And that there are a lot of cases outside Bionicle and Lego. I'm going to keep my message of hate. I'm going to keep warning and put others informed about the true things about Bionicle Generation 2. I have facts. Facts is the main word that allows people to know when something is right or wrong. It's not subjective, it's objective. Alright, subjective. Let me think about something subjective. Let me think. The colors of Generation 2 are childish. Some people may think it's childish, some people may think it's cool and nice colors. I actually think the colors of G2 are nice. It's one of the few things that it's good in this line, in this Generation 2. Let's go now to things that are objective, not subjective. For example, the prices. I know inflation and crisis increases products prices, and that's yes, and that's a fact. But it's also at the same time a very good excuse to avoid accepting reality. Yes. Let's go to other facts that, of course, I'm talking about objective things about Generation 2 of Bionicle. The easy buildings, the CCBS system. Yes, it may give some character feeling, it's true, but it's easy build, and most people when build a Lego set, they are always counting with a complicated and complex building as the Moak and Kenra, Kadok and Gadok, the Manas, the Nuijaga, not just terrarium beasts, but also titans such as Brutaka, Sidorak, Dark Hunters such as Nidiki, Greka, Makura Pterodax itself, and many other sets also in Bionicle Generation 1. People are counting with, most people, not everyone, most people when buy a Lego set wants a complex building because it's fun. For example, and I have already given that example, another clip of mine that I uploaded a few months ago, Brutaka got 193 pieces. It's almost 200 pieces. At the time, Brutaka costs $20, and right now in our days, for example, Tahoe Generation 2 costs 89 pieces and costs the same price as Brutaka at the time. I know what you guys are going to say in the comment. It's the inflation, it's a crisis. It's true, but it's not a very pleasant thing, because you are giving the same price to Tahoe with 89 pieces while Brutaka got 193 pieces, and that's totally unfair. It's easy to make it count. But speaking about complex buildings, it's easy. No, excuse me, not easy. It's pleased to have a complex building. The building experience. The building experience is perhaps the main thing that makes Bionicle so great. It's a very important fact that makes Bionicle so great, so unique, because it's very nice to have a complex building. Because a complex building for me has to have must have 200 pieces to build, and that's nice. I have already built a lot of Titans, a lot of Rahi, and it's a very nice experience. I have, for example, one among other sets, Texotoa. Texotoa got 360 pieces, and if I wanted, I could build a set in the afternoon, and the entire afternoon, but I decided to build in 3 days, because 3 bags, 3 days, just to make the experience to be more long, to give the nice experience of building to take more time. This is all about building experience. With the CCBS, it's a lot more easier. Not just the price, but also it's more expensive, and yes, the building is simple, and most people don't like easy buildings, and that's kind of boring, so on. About the story could be more. The story is most basically copy. I know it's because it's a reboot and it's supposed to be very similar with the originals, but seriously, Lego, it's blowing things up to me, because they have already all the work done from the other years behind, and instead of using the work done by theirs and sensors, they simply blow everything. They can do anything right. They make a twisted version of the originals. For God's sake, everyone who knows the originals knows that I'm saying the truth. This may be subjective, or it's objective. It's up to you to decide that. But seriously, they simply blow everything. Because the story of Bionicle Generation 1 was so not just mature, but also so epic, so strong, so vibrant. It was a very unique feeling, and that feeling, I never had that with other Lego lines, never. Not Exo Forces, not Lego Knights, not other toys. Bionicle has that personality. And that personality makes Bionicle Generation 1 so unique. But I know that in our days Bionicle Generation 2 is for children and not older fans, but Lego should recognize and know that it was indeed the older fans. Now we are older, but at the time we were kids. But it was our generation that makes Bionicle continue, because Bionicle was gonna finish in the first year or after 3 years. It will take about 3 or 4 years maximum, but not certainly 10 years, about 10 years, since 2001 to 2010. But if Bionicle Generation 1 moves and continues after in the long period of time, about a decade, it was because of our generation. It's not because of this generation, because Lego wants just the money of the little kids. I know, and Lego shouldn't think like that. Lego should put the economic interests aside. Not just that. I understand that the company needs money to live and go on, because in times of crisis, money is an important thing in order to a company to continue their works. I know very well. But Lego should recognize that if Bionicle turning so vibrant, so strong, and with such a character like that, like we know, it was because of our generation. It was we, the consumers, at the time that that makes Bionicle even more stronger than he already was. Bionicle Generation 1 was already a very vibrant line, but it was us, the consumers, and us, the fans and the collectors, that makes Bionicle G1 even greater, and the Bionicle Generation 1 even pass beyond what we have all expected, thanks to us, the people all around the world. This is a message that people should know. There are other things that I dislike about Generation 2, but I already speak about the building, I already speak about the story. I could tell more, but it will be a long video. I hope that you listen to this, and you may not see my face, but you are knowing my voice, and that's a start. This is my thoughts. Eurico Silva, signing off.